Okay, Marie's room. It's a free game on Steam. Hopefully you can't hear the dog that's barking its ass off outside because it thinks it's so special. She would just shut the fuck up. It makes it really hard to think. Because it sounds so dumb.
I didn't want to come back. Why would I, after all that's happened, even in here? So, where is the journal?
So yeah, I've played a little bit of this already. It's got some weird graphical stutters at one point, or it did on me at one point. It's also got some weird audio stutters. Like when I'm moving around, the audio like cuts out for a split second or distorts. Thought it was because my CPU was being taxed a little by something else I had running that I forgot about, but still doing it. But whatever.
What, more than 100 again today? Glad I don't have to deal with that anymore. Look, Mr. Torres, I'm happy he finally got remarried. A honeymoon in the Bahamas. Wish I was there with them.
Yeah, so this game is a lot like,
Don't need to go in there. That's the bathroom.
But I have to pee. Ugh, whatever. Yeah, so this is clearly a lot like the Edith Finch and Gone Home and those type of games. And weird interface, but...
Hi, Kelsey. Yes, I'm talking to you. I know you've been reading my journal. Can I ever forgive you for what you did? Honestly, I don't know. I'm trying really hard, but I don't know how. Because I don't understand any of it. You are my friend, and I loved you unconditionally. I did what I did because of you, and I stood up to him because of you. But you, I don't know. Right now, I can't be near you, so I don't want you to come find me. I promise I'll be all right. Marie.
Except she wouldn't be. She would not be all right.
I really wonder why the audio is stuttering so much, because it didn't do it this badly before. I'm just gonna interrupt this by checking something. Oh my god. This is using like almost all of my GPU. That's insane. It's like... yeah, it's using almost 90% of my GPU. Which, yeah, real programs don't do, like higher-end programs. And this is clearly not something amazingly graphical. I mean, I got everything on Ultra, which doesn't... oh, wow, there's no hide or... oh, no, wait, never mind, it must have double-clicked. I'm just gonna knock it down a little because, oh my god, there's no reason it should be using that much, even on Ultra for a game like this. And I honestly can't tell the difference. Let me check my GPU real quick again. So that was insane. I have never seen my GPU that high on a game like this. It's still using it. It's not using as much now, but jeez. I've never seen a little indie game like this using that much GPU. That doesn't make sense to me. But oh well.
That's Trevor's phone number. He called her. I knew he blamed her for everything, though she should have blamed him for what he did to her and Mr. Torres.
Yeah, like crappier games or better games than this, excuse me. Yep, there we go. It's doing the graphical stuttering for no discernible reason. I'm just gonna turn it all the way down. I don't understand why it's doing this. Because I can run a lot of things on better quality than this. Like, okay, at least it doesn't seem to be doing it now, but yeah, like I was running Tesla Effect, which, well, is not that high quality. It's had no stuttering problems like this, but I'd say it's probably higher quality than this, or at least more GPU than this, but whatever.
Have you ever peeled an orange so juicy the drops erupted from underneath its skin like fireworks in the setting sun? The trees in Mr. Jones's garden had them. I used to live off his garden vegetables and fruit before I met Trevor.
Yeah, that's nice. You're weird. And yet, some of the stuttering that's happening now is my stupid wireless mouse. It's not the actual... It's not an actual thing being a problem.
The Green Eatery. Green as in with fungus. Yes, I am never eating Ayurvedic lasagna ever again. But some people must have liked Mr. Jones's cooking because he was out every night cooking his green stuff.
Okay, that's gross.
Food rescue. Yeah, it was a good place to be until Marie showed up. I know she didn't mean anything by it, but the pity in her eyes. Worse than being hungry.
And that's the weird thing about this game, is her relationship with this Marie person makes no sense. In 1 second, she's like, oh, we're totally best friends and crap, and then all of a sudden they hate each other.
I couldn't afford a car, and Marie didn't want one, so we rode our bikes everywhere. I thought I looked silly, and with those damn sparkly shoes, I probably did. Yeah, I was losing my glamour status at school right there. She loved being a birthday girl. Mr. Torres would take her shopping every year.
Yep. Whole lot of looking at stuff.
I loved skinny dipping, but Marie insisted on wearing this thing. Really, I mean, it was Mr. Jones's pool, after dark. No one would ever come close to the freak. And he wasn't there, just to be clear. But someone else was. Mr. Torres gave me my own set of keys, so I'd feel at home. I loved him for it. But every time I used those keys, I felt a pang of guilt.
Okay, you're weird.
I need to find the key.
But yeah, so we gotta find the code for that stupid thing.
I'm not a shadow person. Yeah, it took me all I had to convince her she wasn't.
Also, I know what that's for. It actually has a point.
She asked me why I was so angry all the time, and I told her because it's a dirty deal. It's Russian roulette and utterly unfair. The cards I'd been dealt, any player would have passed. I chose to be angry instead. But Marie, my friend Marie, she got me a new deck and suggested I deal again.
Oh, metaphors. Annoying, annoying metaphors.
There's no such thing as food waste. And don't I know it? The smell of garbage will be in my nose forever, and the taste of it in my mouth. I swore I would never be that hungry again. I didn't care what it took.
Oh my god, we're a vampire. Like, yeah, we're totally a vampire. Oh, now I can crouch. That's useful. Can I jump? Probably not. But that's nice, I can crouch. I didn't actually realize that before.
Marie insisted on saving these. She was going to make a new world with them. Whatever that was supposed to be. I've never actually seen her build anything.
And the audio's still screwing up. Wow. But yeah, I played it before with the controller, and it doesn't seem like you should play it with the controller. I don't know if it actually natively supports it, but I would hope not, because it doesn't work very well. Like, half the stuff you need to still use the mouse and keyboard for.
She hated my cigarettes. Every time I felt like going out and buying a pack, she made me put the money in that money jar. One day, that money would
Now I
pay
want
for our
cigarettes.
gas to drive to college. We only needed money for the one way. I ended up using it to get to Vancouver.
Why does every game I've been playing lately make me want cigarettes?
I didn't like that she kept the stone. Why did she have to be reminded? I told her I was sorry, but she said it was for me, to remind me.
Yep, totally. That makes perfect sense.
Mr. Torres and Marie were robbed in their own house, not long after we met at Food Rescue. He was stabbed, almost died. She was knocked out with a baseball bat. She was in the hospital for a while, stitches, concussion. She still had headaches, she said.
Mm-hmm. That sucks. Is she dead now or something? Is that the whole point? Oh my god, she died.
Disgusting, but cheap. I got used to them after I didn't want to go to the food kitchen anymore. The vicious taste of these meatballs still beat the humiliation of being served by Marie.
Yeah, once again, inconsistent friendship. They hate each other, they like each other. Who the fuck knows? Or cares, I guess. You're forgetting to look on the ground. Bumblebee? What? I don't understand. Is that a... I'm guessing it was a cat, maybe? That looks like a cat toy. Whatever. Yeah, is that... Nope, of course. Put it right behind the window. So I almost missed
Mr.
it.
Torres loved that beer. After the robbery, he only had a couple left. Apparently they were hard to come by. Still, we decided to try a bottle once. Marie loved that label. She drew it in her journal. I remember that. All that happened later that night, I'm not sure. Maybe I don't want to remember.
Is that what this is supposed to be? Because we're remembering things. We're supposed to remember something super important. We murdered our friend or some shit.
I wore those a lot.
Or our not
to
friend, who
protect
knows?
My eyes, but to hide them. I didn't want anyone to know. Sometimes it got so hot, this thing wasn't doing it anymore. Then we'd take off to Mr. Jones's swimming pool. That night, I guess he must have seen us.
Okay, Mr. Jones?
Marie always dreamed about going to Europe.
My god,
I
are you
don't
from
think
that
she ever
song by
went.
the Counting Crows? It's a terrible joke. Okay, that's enough possible music flagging for this video. Moving along. Ooh, lamp. Oh. I thought that would do something other than actually open it.
La La
Or
Land.
turn it on, rather.
That movie was a shit piece of crap. Glad Trevor snuck us in. I don't think I could have handled wasting $20 on that.
Wonder if
Never
that
thought I'd
QR
see
code's
Marie
useful.
there. Then again, she always was a dreamer. I bet she loved it. She never realized I didn't want to be her friend in public.
So, okay. Really do not understand your relationship with this woman.
She was my friend, and I had to tell her. So I came back here, throwing stones at the window. But she didn't react, so I threw a bigger stone, and it shattered the glass. She kept the stone as a souvenir to remind her not to trust me ever again.
God, the other's still fucking up. I'm sorry, I gotta check my GPU one more time. Because this is absolutely ridiculous. Oh my god, it's still using most of my GPU? Holy crap, that doesn't make any sense. More intensive games than this use less. Okay, I can zoom in. Library? Yes, library. And, well, let me get rid.
She must have written it down
So yeah,
here somewhere.
that's the note under the thing. Also, GIF file for no reason. It actually doesn't accomplish anything.
One day,
Kinda
I
like this.
just had to know. What's up with all the cats? She said she admired them. That they were who they were without any pretense. That they had no fear of confrontation. She wanted to be more like them.
Yeah, that's stupid.
When Bumblebee,
Oh,
went
okay, it was
missing.
a cat.
Marie cried for days. She thought I couldn't hear her at night. I could never prove it, but I'm sure it was Trevor.
Also, apparently this is in the future. 6/23/2018. And no, that's not the code, or part of the code for the thing, because I tried it the last time.
Marie, what were you thinking? You know that's illegal.
It's illegal to buy guns? Since when? I mean, if you're buying them, like, on the black market, but you're clearly on the website. Generally, when you look at websites, they're just for stores where you go in and buy them and get all the background checks and crap.
Why does someone need to get hurt before we step up and act, for Christ's sake? If they had, none of this shit would have happened, and no one would have died. Oh no. Why didn't you tell me, Marie? No wonder you were so frightened. We never should have gone to the Orange Grove.
Okay. Anyway, that was the pointlessness of the laptop. Are there any drawers that I can open? Yeah.
Lorraine, Marie's mom, died when she was 5. My mother, she might as well have been dead. She looked more dead than alive, anyhow. Passed out on the couch, empty bottles of gin on the floor.
Is she a lawyer? Bag any? No, of course not.
Trevor. What an asshole. After we broke up, he got violent sometimes. One day, he dragged me through the school hall by my shirt until one of Marie's geek friends stopped him. Ben, I think it was. He got a lot of shit for it later.
That's nice. Seems
Mr.
like a delightful
Torres.
fellow.
Thick as thieves, those two. Ever since Lorraine died, they only had each other. Marie was suffering when he was in intensive care. That was a nasty knife wound. She wouldn't stop about time travel and black holes and stuff.
What,
I
random
just
music?
wanted to do something simple.
Oh no, please stop.
Calculate shit. Boring is what she said.
Ah,
Her.
copyright
The weird
infringement
kid ducked boring.
thing.
So yeah, we settled on antimatter, because who wants to be boring?
Me? I'm perfectly fine
Trevor
with
was
that.
never far off, though. When Marie and I rode our bikes through dark nights just to get a taste of those perfect oranges, I knew he was lurking in the shadows. I never told her, but I think that's how he found us. He followed us back to the room.
Okay.
Yes. The science project. Of all people, they chose to pair me with the girl from Food Rescue. Outrageous. But I got over it, and chose to work my ass off. I had to if I wanted to get that scholarship.
God, you people are actually super boring.
That's Marie's birthday. That's weird. I guess she wrote it down for that Ben guy, for her pizza and movie party. Alright.
Sounds... Oops. Oh well, whatever. Probably wasn't that interesting.
Chemistry holds no surprises. Love that.
There's only 4 numbers there. So that's probably not it.
Hated that thing.
Wow, that's the most descriptive you've been so far. Okay.
Have you seen this man? Yeah, I've seen him.
Okay, why don't you call someone? I mean, clearly he's a burglar. You should probably call the cops and tell them.
I thought I was so lucky. An adoring boyfriend, free burgers from the kitchen he worked in, sparkly things he bought me. I thought if I took care of him, he'd take care of me, and we'd get out, just in case I didn't get that scholarship. I had no idea where the money came from.
Selling burgers? I mean, it's obviously a thing he did. It's all I can find. Or all I've found, anyway. I haven't found a number unless it's in here because I haven't read this again. 3. Is that... Oh, yeah, I bet that's it, because I think there was another number on something else. I'm gonna assume they're in order, so 3 is the first one. 3, 4? It looks like the pages are full, so I'm gonna assume I've got everything for those pages. So 3, 4... Yeah, I'm missing something. Might be missing a couple somethings. But we'll go 3, 4, 5... 1. Okay, 3 and 5, 1 are the last ones, but there's 2 I'm missing. Assuming they're in that order. I'm just gonna put that in there so I don't forget it.
I need to find the key.
Assuming this is even the correct thing.
Number.
I mean, I could figure it out this way, I think, but look, I'm gonna look around the room again, because I don't want to cheat that much.
She once asked
Bella.
me,
I
don't you
can't
ever
recall.
dream, Kelsey? And I said, I don't. I don't
What
dream.
did I miss?
I plan. What I didn't tell her was that I wouldn't allow anyone to mess with
Nope.
those plans. He had money, you see? He bought me things. I was gonna wear these to the prom. Fancy, right? At the time, I didn't know where the money came from.
Does that answer anything? So, save me some trouble from looking around. Oh, 9. Okay, so it's gotta be 3, 4, 9. It's kind of weird that that's the shoe size, I'm guessing.
I need to find the key.
I'm guessing that's the shoe size, but that's a very weird thing to use for your code. That should be it.
She must have written it down.
Oh wait, I'm
here
sorry.
somewhere.
349, not 394.
Yay! Good work, Kelsey. Oh my god.
Hold on. There we go. That's the safest way to hold that.
The past, like the future, is indefinite and exists only as a spectrum of possibilities. Stephen Hawking said that. I wish it were true. But there was nothing I could do about the past. It was definite as hell. Sometimes I didn't get Marie. I really thought a night by Jones's pool would help her relax. She used to love it there. But she insisted someone had been watching us. I just wanted to have a good time, and she was ruining it, so I said some things I shouldn't have. She just stood there, staring at the window. I was so annoyed. And that's when I knew she'd been right. Trevor. Right there in the room. He'd just come in through the open window. How did he find us? He didn't know where Marie and I lived. I always made sure of that. But he took an orange from his backpack and started peeling it. It had been Trevor by the pool, and he'd followed us home. He said to Marie, I told you not to mess with me. But still, I didn't get it. No, it wasn't until he started moving in on her that I realized it was Marie. He was after Marie. He blamed her for everything, and he had a knife. I'd never seen him so angry, so evil. Marie tried to get it away from him. He asked her why she never answered her phone. Did she not read her emails? Or did she think they were hollow threats? God, I just wanted to punch him with anything I could lay my hands on. My backpack. I smashed it against his wrist, knocking the knife out of his hands. Marie went for it, but Trevor was faster. He kicked her in the head. I dove for the knife, but he jumped me. As we struggled, he hissed, "Didn't I get enough action yet? Maybe I needed another baseball bat to get my kicks." I stopped, because right then I knew what he was up to. He asked Marie about Mr. Torres. Was he all right? Did he still get stomach aches? Marie lay on the floor by the bed, in shock, realizing it had been Trevor who almost killed her father. Then Trevor looked at me, added with a smile. And her. That's when it all went to pieces. Trevor ripped us apart, and he was enjoying it. Marie didn't understand. I tried to explain, apologized, but she wasn't listening. She kept asking me if I'd been there with Trevor, in their house. Trevor stirred things up even more.
He told her it was me who had hit her over the head with a baseball bat, that I'd enjoyed it. I screamed in frustration. No, that's not what happened. Tears streamed down Marie's face. She couldn't believe I would do that. Hurt her deliberately. God, I wanted Trevor to stop talking. I attacked him, scratched his face, hit him wherever I could. I hated him. He was twisting everything. I wanted to tell her that I was sorry. Yes, we robbed the house, and we got caught by Mr. Torres. But I never meant for anyone to get hurt. I didn't smash Marie's head. I panicked. I wanted to stop her from seeing me. When I realized how badly injured she was, I called the police. I tried to stay, but Trevor wouldn't let me. He pulled me by my hair into the van. But Marie wasn't listening. I was losing it, and I like to think I beat Trevor up pretty good. But Trevor punched back harder and faster. He was about to crack my skull. Marie clawed for the box beside her, opened it. She screamed, told us to stop, pointed that 9mm at us. Trevor went nuts, charged for her. She screamed, told him to stay back. She'd never shot a gun in her life. She wasn't going to start now. Trevor grabbed her by the shoulders and... What do you think you remember is not necessarily what really happened, or how others remember it. But Trevor fell back on the carpet, dead. That we all remember.
Okay. So, the other one's not dead. That's what I figured would happen somewhere along the line, but... yeah, I don't really need to answer the phone, sorry. I don't think there's anything else we can do, though. It's probably just trying to force the end of the game right here. Because we're back in this room as it is now, I guess. And we were in the past for some reason. Oh well, fine.
Mom, where are you? Did you get the journal?
I'll be down in a minute.
Aunt Marie is getting a little worked up here. She threatened to smoke a cigar. In your car.
Don't let her. Don't let her smoke. I love that car.
She knows you do. Get down here, Mom. You're taking, like, forever.
I'll be down in a minute.
Bring the journal.
So, they're friends? Their relationship doesn't make any fucking sense. I'm sorry. It's like, I hate you, I love you, I hate you, I love you.
Don't need to go in there. That's the bathroom.
Oh, well, I guess I'm left. Oh, and I guess that's the game. Eh, okay, that was not bad, I guess. Was a lot like those other games I talked about, but shorter and only in one area. Significantly shorter. But, I mean, I guess it was alright for a short game. Their relationship was very nonsensical, especially when you don't know what order you're looking at stuff in. I guess if you looked in the journal and read all the crap, you might get a better gauge on that. But I wasn't going to do that because this thing feels like it wants to explode my computer for no apparent reason. Like, I don't know why it's running so hard on this computer when this is not that big of a game and I got everything turned down. So there's something off about the game in the coding somewhere or something that's making it run so hard. Because, like I said, I've played way more intense games than this and not had nearly that much GPU used. And I don't have like an old-ass graphics card or some shit, so I don't know. Whatever. Oh well.